everybody, this is Lisa with Fofucha Dolls, and thanks for watching. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use templates. I have these templates now available on my website, and they're right here. They come in sets of 2, and they come in 3 sizes. And I have a guide to help you proportionally size your doll with the correct polystyrene ball. So this template I'm using, this is for a medium size Fofucha doll, and we're going to use the head of a 2.5 inch ball, and the feet will be 1.5 inch. So I'm going to do a quick demo right now on how to use these templates. They are so easy to use, and they help you save on foam, and they also make your doll making process a lot more simpler and easier. So what we're going to need is, for your tools, is the templates, a polystyrene foam ball of 2.5 inches, and actually a total of 4, because you're going to make you're going to make feet, but I'm going to show just for today just one foot. So you're going to need 2 of 1.5 inch polystyrene foam ball. You're going to need some clips, a Sharpie, some super glue, hot glue as well, a foam sheet of skin color, and also a hot iron, because you're going to be heating up the foam sheet in order to give shape to the balls. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to clear up, make some room, and we're going to start with the head first. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And what you're going to do now is you're going to cut a piece of skin color foam. It could be peach or vanilla, whatever color you prefer, of your doll, for your doll to be. And what we're going to do is I'm going to cut about the same size of the template, a little less. You don't need to cut that much. And that's the good thing about this template, is that it helps you save on foam sheets as well. You don't waste the excess as much as you do when you work with your hands. When you work with your hands, it's a little trickier. And this is so much easier on your hands than doing it manually. Okay, so I cut this much of a strip. I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to use my clips, and I'm going to clip it to the side, just for it to hold securely onto the template. I'm going to put another clip on this side too, just in case. So let me just grab one more clip. Excuse me for a minute. Here you go. I grabbed a larger clip. All right. I'm going to move my iron closer so you can take a look. I have my iron on the cotton setting, which is pretty hot. And then I have a strip of fabric. A thin piece of fabric will do. Cotton will also work as well. Well, probably cotton would be the best fabric to use over it, since you have it on the cotton setting. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around this way, facing my iron. But before I do that, I'm going to use this is actually a tea light. And the reason why I'm using this tea light is to help me support the ball once I put the template through. So if you can see here, it's supporting my ball. That way, if you're trying to do it on a table, your ball won't roll off. You don't want your ball to roll off and, just get frustrated. So I'm going to use this tea light. Okay, so once I warm up the foam, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it halfway. Your ball should have like a half line, an indication of halfway of it. So I'm going to cover it up to the halfway point. Okay, so here we go. Got my iron ready. And I'm going to warm it up for about 10. Well, help if the iron was on. So give me a few minutes before this warms up. I thought my iron was on. Sorry about that. But I could start ironing right now. It'll just take a few more minutes than I had anticipated. But yeah, but you should leave it should iron it on for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. Um, when foam heats, it starts to curl up. You could actually take a sneak peek at it, and it's not warm enough. But also you could practice as much as you can, just to get a feel for the foam. Um, I don't think there's really is a magic number. Plus, everyone's um, gets accustomed to things differently, so I just play around a lot with the heat itself and the foam sheets. See how it's on this end, it's starting to curl up? Okay, I'm going to keep ironing it. Just a little more. The only reason why it's taking me longer is because the iron was not on, so bear with me. See, one side's curling up, but the other side isn't, so push this clip out a little more just to give it more heat. Get my ball ready. Nope, not warm enough yet. One of the key things is that your foam has to be nice and hot. The heat is what allows it to make it mold into shape. So you always have to make sure your foam is nice and hot. If your foam is not nice and hot, then you really won't get the shape you want. And you're going to have to just redo. Okay, see how it's just starting to curl up at the edges? That's a good indicator that it's nice and hot. So I'm going to put my iron aside. I'm going to put my clip back on because I really want it to stay in place. All right, and we are ready. See how it's nice and curled up? You're going to place the template over the ball, gently but firmly, and press down. You can release the clips if you want slowly. There's no need to rush because the foam, the heat gives you plenty of time. It gives you a matter of seconds, but there is time for you to get the job well done. And just wait a few more seconds and it starts to cool down. You can feel under the foam, once it starts to cool down, it actually feels like it's hard and curled up, and that's perfect. See, the foam ball is nice and cooled down now. And there you have it. It is perfectly in there, and it's half of the ball covered up. And this is going to be the face of your doll. Now I'm going to show you how to cut it. And cutting is really, really simple. You could either pop it through, or you could just take it off over it. But here you go. See, you get a nice even look around the face. So much better than using your hands. What I'm gonna do is, I don't recommend you use hot glue on the head. I like my work to be very clean and finished with a nice clean cut look. So I don't recommend at all to use hot glue. When you use hot glue around here, it starts to clump and look lumpy. And it also has like, it spills over, and then to me it just looks unfinished. It doesn't look pretty. So what I'm using is super glue. I'm using this brand, but this brand has time control on it, so you could play with it a little longer than it's sticking instantly. Also, it doesn't have fumes, so I would recommend try to get one with no fumes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to glue around that center that I showed you earlier. Can't really see it here with the camera and the lighting, but there's a center. I'm going to start gluing, putting glue around it. All around your ball. Perfect. And then you're going to place your foam ball into the actual foam. And you could gently squeeze. Just wait a few more seconds for it to adhere on. And then I'm going to cut slowly and gently. I recommend use very sharp scissors. The sharpest you can find in the market will be great. The dull scissors ruin foam quickly, so if you get a nice pair of sharp scissors, it'll be excellent. So I'm going to start to cut. I'm just going to start to cut slowly around the edge. Like that. Slow as you can. There's no need to rush again. Take your time. As you can see, I'm cutting it. And it's going to be a nice, clean cut. If you need to add more glue, no problem. This is what the good thing about the super glue is so good about. You go back in, which, like I said, it's a lot more easier to work with the super glue than the hot glue. Go back in and squeeze in. There we go. You see, and the actual head, I'm sorry, I'll bring it down more. You have a much smoother cut than doing it with your hand. So what you do the same thing in the back with the color of hair you want, whether it's brown, black, or yellow, or even red, depending on the color of hair you want on your Fofucha doll. You do the same thing because you're going to do the back of her hair, and you use the same template. Alright, well thank you for watching. In the next video I'll be showing you how to use the foot template. Stay tuned for more tips and tutorials on Fofucha dolls, and thank you so much.